Heidi-ho neighbors, Radio Goja here, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 5. I'm pretty much not going to be able to do a 3-video-a-day schedule because, quite frankly, if I try to do that, I'm not going to have any time in the day to do anything else. So I did a little, dice roll, I guess, on which one of the 3 games I would be uploading today. And I came up with Mega Man 5, so we got Mega Man 5 today, Baldur's Gate tomorrow, Zelda 2 the next day, and it'll cycle like that. Hopefully I can keep the schedule like that. Anyway, when we last left off, we took on and defeated Mercury, and today we're going to be taking on and hopefully defeating Neptune. Neptune's stage is a bit harder than Mercury's, or at least from what my experiences anyway. To be honest, I haven't actually beaten Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy yet, but I have gotten to the final boss. So I hope that at least counts for something. Oh, okay. Those guys, I remember I just go by them because, quite frankly, they are a pain in the butt. I'm not the biggest fan of Neptune's stage. It is quite a at the very least, the beginning is very arduous and has a lot of tough enemies. This one really isn't all that tough, but you also have the whole ship thing of bobbing up and down, so that can prove to be a problem at points. I also neglected to show off Dr. Light's lab, unlike what I said last time. I said I was going to show that off, but I never actually did. Oh, actually that didn't do too badly. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that in the first place. More often than not, I forget that I have a charge shot because the Mega Man games I play, I don't, keep my charge shot charged all the time like most other people do. But the Mega Man game I played pretty much the most is Mega Man 3 for the NES, which didn't have the charge shot. So there you go. And see, now we're doing a lot better, now that I've realized I have this thing. I knew I had it, I just, didn't think about it. Also, Neptune is a little harder to beat than Mercury is, Neptune himself, mainly because we don't have his weakness, truth be told. The weakness chain is kind of weird in this one. We don't have the weakness. We won't be able to get the weakness for Neptune until a little bit later when we actually get to the second group of bad guys. At least for all I know. But Neptune is once you get a pattern down, he's fairly easy to defeat with the Mega Buster arm thing. Arm cannon. Also, some of these pipes will break if you shoot them. Like that one there. And this water will push you if you're not moving. And also, these guys explode. And have splash damage. Anyway, like I said, we don't have Neptune's weakness. It's not the Grab Buster. There is a robot, yeah, that'll hurt you. There is a Robot Master in the game that does have Grab Buster as a weakness, but we won't be facing him off until a lot later in the game. He's one of the second group of 4. There is one other thing that I did neglect to mention. In this game, I don't know if this stage is one of them, but I think this space stage might be one of them. More often than not, the checkpoint is much closer to the beginning of most of these stages than is near the middle. And as you see here, we're basically just past the first bit of the stage where we were outside, and now we're inside again. And that was the checkpoint, for some reason. So I don't know why they did that, but there are, this isn't the only stage that does that. I believe Venus's stage also does that. At least, from what I've experienced. It might, these checkpoints might be closer to the middle than I give them credit for, but they just feel so much closer to the beginning than they are to the end. And it does get kind of annoying in that respect. I think I don't know. Don't know what I was gonna say there. Yes, I do. I was about to say, I think it's like that with the other Game Boy games, but I haven't played the other Game Boy games in a good while, so I don't know. The only other Game Boy game I actually physically own is the first one, and I've had that for a good long while. I played that back on my original Game Boy. I've played the 2, 3, and 4, but I don't actually own those, so I'm not going to be playing them. I'm just pretty much just doing random Mega Man games. I'm not going to be doing all the Mega Man games like I am planning on doing with the Zelda games. And that was a very bad idea. Also, those pickups are very helpful, and I will be getting them. And in order to do so, I need to go up a bit and then fall down so that I'll be able to get into those little niches there and yeah, see, then I just that could have been easily avoided. But yes, it's good to have lives, especially considering that we're on our last one and we're not even at the boss yet. Well, we were on our last one, I just picked one up, as you saw. There are parts of this game that are frustrating. This isn't my favorite Mega Man game, but I do like it a lot. It's in the top part of the list. It mainly gets bonus points for creativity as far as Robot Masters and whatnot go, because this is the only one of the Game Boy or the Game Boy series, or at least as far as the Rockman World series goes, because they were called Rockman World 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh yeah, we're way back here now, aren't we? Crud. But yeah, you can call them like I guess the World series, because they were called Rockman World 1 through 5 in Japan, and over here they were just called. Well, the first one was called. The cartridge said Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, but the game just called it Mega Man, and all the other games are just Mega Man 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I forgot where I was going to go with that thought. It'll come to me later. That's going to bother me now. I want to know where I was. I want to finish my thought, but right. This is the only one of the Rockman World series, I guess you could say, where they're not reusing Robot Masters from the NES games. As far as the Game Boy games normally go, you basically the first game you fought you would fight 4 Robot Masters from the first game, and then when you get to the teleporters in Dr. Wily's castle, they actually lead to 4 Robot Masters from the second NES game. Yeah, in the first one you fought Cutman, Fireman, Iceman, and Leckman, and then in Dr. Wily's castle you would fight Flashman. I think was one of the Flashman, Heatman, Bubbleman, and Quickman, and then that basically started a trend of the next game was Mega Man 2, and it had the remaining 4 Robot Masters from Mega Man 2 in them. Crashman, which was actually Clashman in that game. Airman, Metalman, and Woodman. And then you also went up against Hard Man, no, not Snake Man. There's Hard Man, Magnet Man, Needle Man, and what was the other one? Shadow Man, I believe, from Mega Man 3. Then in Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy, you started off against Spark Man, Snake Man, oh dear. This guy's not going to pop up, is he? This is problematic, and this guy's just going to keep respawning on this side of the screen. There. And we're at the end. And this isn't going to end well for us because, yeah. I'll finish that thought on the Robot Masters a little later. Because we probably aren't going to be finishing this boss fight alive. Well, we might. No, we're not going to. Not if I get hit like that. Okay, so he's not as hard as I remember him being. He basically uses his, oh yeah, this'll hurt us too. He basically has, his attack is called Salt Water. And those little, that's basically what those little blobs were that he, splashed out at us. And we gotta dodge this stuff coming from the salt water coming from the ceiling. And just make sure he doesn't hit us on the way over. We might actually get lucky this time, but I doubt it. Oh, we got him! Wow, the odds were really stacked against us there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna actually hold off on that thought on the Game Boy games, because, I mean, we're not coming up till time, but I do want to end the video after we show off Dr. Light's lab a bit. And I'm not going to have really the time to talk about the Game Boy games. We'll get Saltwater. Well, actually, I could talk about it a little bit more. I just want to finish that thought up because, you know, that's just the way I am. Mega Man 3 fought Spark Man, Snake Man, Gemini Man, and no, Shadow Man was in 3 because Top Man was in 1, or in 2 rather. And then after you were done with them, oh yeah, Pushing B goes to Dr. Light's lab, and we can, did you bring back the P-chips? Yes, we did. Okay, Mega Man 4, you fought, or at the end of Mega Man 3, you fought, Dustman, Drillman, Dive Man, and Skull Man. Mega Man 4, you fought Toadman, Brightman, Pharaoh Man, and Ringman, and then you fought, and after the halfway point, you go against 5 guys from Mega Man 5, who were Napalm Man, Crystal Man, Stone Man, and Charge Man, I believe. But this one actually broke the mold by not having us fight the other guys from Mega Man 5, but we get a whole new list of robots here. Alright, I know that was annoying, but I really wanted to get it out of my head. So I wasn't, like, finishing the thought, like, in the middle and then picking up in the next part, because, you know, I'd forget to do that. Anyway, that's, an energy tank part, or energy tank fragment, I guess. It's kind of like a piece of heart. You get 4 of them, and you get an energy tank. These are also throughout some of the stages. The Clobber Hand, basically upgrades the Mega Arm so that it can punch through enemies. So it'll do damage and then keep going. Magnet Hand will be able to pick up items that the fist goes over. Super Tank is basically, well, I'll talk about the S-Tank later. Energy Balancer, like in some of the Mega Man NES games. If we have this, and basically if we have our arm cannon equipped, any energy pellet we pick up will go toward the lowest weapon that we have. The weapon that's lowest on energy. We got a 1-up, of course. This is a weapon energy refill. In this game, for some weird reason, the weapon energy does not refill between stages. So, if you want, you can spend 70 P-chips to reload them all, if you really need to. Energy Tank, as we all know, or E-cans, if you want to call them that. Energy Tanks, as I've been calling them all my life. basically as they did in Mega Man 3. They will refill your life energy to full. Weapon tanks basically do the same thing, so they refill all your weapon tanks to full. And this is a super tank, which basically does both. We can carry a maximum of 3 energy tanks, or no, 4 energy tanks, 4 weapon tanks, and 1 super tank. And that's pretty much everything there is here. I want to see if I can afford at least an energy tank until we recharge our energy over this island. Well, we can't afford one. Actually, no, I'm not going to buy it. Mainly because I want to get this first, then these two. So I'm going to be saving up my P-chips. Oh, sorry about that jump cut. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to get the energy balancer, or energy equalizer, depending on what you want to call it. We'll need 140 P-chips to get it. And we don't have enough P-chips. So once we get 140, I will buy that. So, that is that. Alright, so we've taken out Mercury and Neptune, and next time, we're going to go after Mars, who is a giant tank bot thing. So look forward to that. I know I will be. I've been Radio Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?